guys, welcome to A Counselor's Journey in Private Practice. How is everyone doing? So we're going to dive into today on a topic of taking care of your clients. And then you may be thinking, why? Well, you probably got a lot of really good reasons why, but the one I want to share with you today is that when you're taking care of your clients, when you are showing up for them, you are building a successful private practice. Otherwise, things are going to go in the wrong direction. So let's dive into reasons of, not reasons, let's talk into why. Not even why. Let's go into ways. I am just being silly today. Ways to show up for your clients. Ways to show up for your clients. I'm glad that we are having a good time because I certainly am. Now, the first way I want to share with you is making sure that your face-to-face and non-face-to-face settings connect to one another and they are healthy and effective and productive. So an example of this would be that, if I'm your client, I'm going up to your space, I'm going up to your setting, your office, that there's accommodations there. You got a coffee machine, tea, water, snacks, maybe a TV, some nice music, a good aroma. It's a good setting. Have you ever been to a spa? Think about your experience there. Was it relaxing? Did you have a good time? You want to replicate something like that. And again, we're not even talking about therapy here. We're not talking about what happens in the counseling office. We want to focus on showing up for them, before we get to that point. And then if you're doing non-face-to-face like virtual, what accommodations are you providing there? Are you letting them know how to log in? And what happens if the connection gets lost? Or what happens if you take too long to get into the session? All of those conversations, engaging in that allows your client to feel really comfortable through that process and that their needs are being met. Again, we haven't even tapped into the conversation of clinical therapy. We're really just looking at the entrepreneur mindset of how to show up for our clients. The other area that we want to look at is homework. So homework, just like in school, right? You got a math quiz coming up or a test. Do some homework so you can stay sharp. Whenever you're working with your clients, take time to build some sort of like toolbox. A toolbox, it could be online, it could be physical, that you have all of these resources so that if you're working with a couple and that's your niche, you're able to say, check out this quiz by blank, blank, blank. Or here's a really good self-help book by blank, blank, blank. Or here's a worksheet that you can do. This way, whenever your clients are outside of the session and they're living their life and doing the best things that they can do, they have those resources available to them. The other area to look at for showing up for your clients is having some sort of email list. If you're seeing a client every week or once a month or every 3 months, what about an email list where they get weekly or monthly emails from the practice updating them on new resources that are out, really good books to read, YouTube videos that can be really helpful, gadgets that can help them, go from to get unstuck or to be more productive. Just resources that are really allowing the client to feel supportive through their process of healing and recovering or whatever process they're taking with you. Showing up for your client means that you are okay. That's the last one I want to get to, that you are okay. So I want you to think about that. I know for me, I found myself at a point during clinical practice, a couple of years into it, where I was pretty burnt out. I was doing 40 plus a week, cases a week, and it was a lot. There was a lot on my plate, a lot of patients I was seeing, and at first I felt like my wheels were sharp, and then after a while I was tired. I was getting into my last sessions, and I was like, oh man, my eyes are getting really tired. My brain's getting a little bit foggy. I was drinking too much coffee, and the thought was, well, I'm here to help. I'm here to support. But then I started to notice that I'm like at 50% right now functioning. I'm not doing well. I'm not as attentive as I should be. And that's what I want you to try to think about. Showing up for your clients, building a successful business. It also means that you're okay, my friends, that you are working an adequate and a healthy caseload, and that you're not overexhausting yourself, because over time when you do that, it'll start to tear into you. And then you may go from functioning at 100% to 90, 80, 70, 60. And, the money may be coming in a way that you enjoy, but you just may not feel well, and then it's going to turn into the work that you're doing on the clinical and not going in the right direction. So taking a step back, adjusting things around, reevaluating. I hope that in this video, time that we spent together, that you're able to take a step back and say, how can I show up for my clients so that my business is successful and that they in their lives are healing, recovering, and enjoying their journey of life. I think all of that really goes together. If you've enjoyed this, I would love if you would share with your clinician friends, any colleagues out there. Let them know about the community that we have here at A Counselor's Journey, whether it's the YouTube videos, the podcast, or the website, where you can find lots of free and paid courses that allow you to build a healthy counseling business. Take care. Have an awesome day.